Okay, I need to respond to someone who watched, I guess, my video, and a young lady. She's very respectful, but she had different views concerning Donald Trump and the voting. She brought up several points. One was the fact that everyone is voting for Donald Trump, and they're expecting him to make great changes as far as with business because he has a business background. And she highlighted the fact that several of his businesses went into bankruptcy. Now, I think people are a little critical when it comes to, or at least maybe they lack the understanding of what Donald Trump has done when it comes to business. They will focus on the failed businesses and not really realize that this man has established hundreds and hundreds of businesses. And the win to lose ratio doesn't even compare. He has way more businesses that succeeded than failed. But I think it's only political to focus on the ones that failed and highlight those and use that as leverage and say, well, how is he supposed to be this great economic genius and he had businesses that filed bankruptcy? When in reality, that's smart business. When you have a company that seems to not be profiting, you get rid of that one. You file bankruptcy. If you open 1,000 companies, there's a high probability that 5, 10 of those are not going to make it. Most businesses fail anyway. So I don't think there's too many that have a track record like his when it comes to businesses. If he was that poor when it comes to business, then he probably wouldn't be a billionaire. Secondly, if you look at Hillary's track record, it's horrible as a politician, not a businesswoman, but as a politician. She failed in the Benghazi situation. She has supported some of the worst deals in American history. She supported the Iran deal. That was horrible. Perhaps the worst, as far as from a business standpoint, political standpoint, security standpoint. And not only that, when she was one of the senators, when she was a senator in New York, she swore up and down she was going to bring all of these businesses to New York, and she didn't. In fact, they lost businesses, they lost jobs. And so she doesn't really have anything to say, look what I've done compared to Donald Trump. Um, so I don't know. I don't think those were good arguments. But nonetheless, I respect your opinion. The other thing was falling back into this whole Donald Trump is a racist and he hates black people, I guess. I don't know. And you know, I have a hard time understanding people who just fall into the category of saying he's a racist. They bring up the birther issue, which it is what it is, assuming that the only reason that he brought up the birther issue was because Barack Obama was black. Now, you know, I'm not in Donald Trump's heart. I don't know what was in his heart, but I can say this. Could it be perhaps that he just didn't like Barack Obama as a potential candidate? Um, you know, maybe he didn't like his policies or something like that. Because I'm gonna be honest, I'm proud that we had our first black president, but he hasn't done very much for the black community. And he also has made some drastic decisions when it comes to us as a nation. Um, bad deal with, bad deal with Israel, allowing North Korea to acquire nuclear weapons. I mean, just some poor decisions, in my opinion. Um, and I hate to say it, but there are more people that are upset about Obamacare than are benefiting off of it. And so I think that needs to be restructured as well from an economic standpoint. I know it's killing me. It's even hurting my father, and he's a vet, and he's saying how he can't even, it messed his insurance up. And he's retired, and he's a vet, and Obamacare has really hurt his situation. If you talk to people, and I'm talking black people, if you talk to people in the medical field that are black, they're upset with it. So you don't have a lot of overwhelming support when it comes to that. And then not only that, if Donald Trump was a racist, he is a real poor racist because he hangs out with a lot of black people. I know people highlight some of the things that he said when it comes to some of his more vulgar comments, or he's an equal opportunist. I think anybody he doesn't like or respect, he's going after him. Um, and for a man to be a racist, the man hung out with Mike Tyson. He hung out with um, a lot with Russell Simmons. He supported Jesse Jackson and the Rainbow Coalition. So is that really a racist? I mean, most racists don't hang out with black people at all, and especially not as friends. I mean, he wasn't benefiting off of Russell Simmons. Him and Russell was just cool. So I don't know. I think the media and the Democratic Party is really trying to drive a wedge between the black community and Donald Trump by using the whole he's a racist. But I think that's just their angle. That's all the leg they got to stand on.